Ilia Topuria thinks Charles Oliveira is just another grappler, but Justin Gaethje would strongly disagree. After their fight, Gaethje revealed something about Oliveira's power that no one saw coming. And it could be the exact reason El Matador gets humbled at UFC 317. While Charles Oliveira is widely regarded as one of the most dangerous submission artists in UFC history, what often gets overlooked is the devastating power in his hands, something Justin Gaethje learned the hard way at UFC 274. Going into that fight, most expected Oliveira's biggest threat to come on the ground. But instead, it was a clean, powerful shot on the feet that dropped Gaethje and set up the eventual submission finish. What makes this so alarming is the fact that Gaethje, a former interim champion known for his iron chin and wars with elite strikers, has fought and absorbed shots from some of the hardest punchers in the division, including Dustin Poirier and Michael Johnson. Yet, Gaethje singled out Oliveira as the hardest hitter he's ever faced. That speaks volumes. In Gaethje's own words, "You hit hard as FK," a raw, unfiltered reaction that shows just how much Oliveira's power caught him off guard. This wasn't just another punch. Gaethje described it as a completely different level of impact, one that made his entire body feel electrified, like he'd touched a live battery. For Ilia Topuria, who has built much of his success on timing, aggression, and confidence in his own striking, this presents a serious challenge. If he comes in overly focused on avoiding submissions and underestimates Oliveira's hands, he could be walking straight into the same trap that stunned Gaethje. Oliveira doesn't just win on the mat. He can change the entire direction of a fight with a single, well-placed punch. If you're enjoying this breakdown and want more deep dives into UFC rivalries and hidden fight dynamics, hit that like button and subscribe to MMA Thread. We drop Fight IQ content every week that you won't find anywhere else. One of the most troubling aspects of Justin Gaethje's experience against Charles Oliveira was just how quickly and consistently he was hurt. According to Gaethje, he was rocked just 10 seconds into the fight, a moment that completely shifted the momentum and forced him into survival mode almost immediately. And it didn't stop there. Gaethje said he was hurt probably 4 times throughout the short bout, highlighting the relentless nature of Oliveira's striking. What makes this especially dangerous for someone like Ilia Topuria is that he typically relies on controlling the pace, overwhelming his opponents with aggression and confidence. But Oliveira has shown that he doesn't need time to settle in. He finds his rhythm instantly and capitalizes on the smallest openings with clinical precision. Once he senses vulnerability, he pushes forward with a storm of offense, mixing in knees, elbows, punches, and front kicks to keep opponents guessing. Gaethje's testimony shows that Oliveira doesn't just land powerful shots, he lands them at the worst possible time for his opponents. That kind of explosiveness and unpredictability makes it hard to establish a game plan or recover once you're hurt. If Topuria gets cracked early, like Gaethje did, Oliveira won't let him off the hook. He's one of the best in the game at turning a momentary advantage into a finish, whether standing or on the ground. This means Topuria has to be sharp from the opening bell. There's no feeling out period with Oliveira. One slip in the opening seconds could be all it takes to put him on the defensive and change the entire fight. Beyond just raw power, what truly separates Charles Oliveira from other strikers in the lightweight division is his exceptional timing and accuracy. Justin Gaethje didn't just say Oliveira hit hard. He emphasized how he got hit. According to Gaethje, the shots that landed weren't wild or lucky. They were perfectly timed and surgically precise. He described the feeling as unlike anything he'd experienced in the octagon, saying, "The same shot 100 times, you don't see it one time, and it's so much more effective." That was the case that night. He caught me off guard and by surprise, and it hurt. This should be a serious red flag for Ilia Topuria, whose striking relies on calculated aggression and confident forward pressure. If Oliveira can time Gaethje, one of the most explosive and durable fighters in the UFC, with such effectiveness, there's no reason to believe he can't do the same to Topuria. Timing is often more dangerous than speed or brute force, especially in high-level fights. Oliveira doesn't need to throw in volume. He needs only a split-second window to land a shot that completely changes the fight. Whether it's a short right hand, a knee up the middle, or a step-in elbow, he sees openings others don't and executes with laser precision. For Topuria, who tends to fight with his chin high and relies heavily on countering, this creates real danger. A mistimed entry, a misread feint, or even just a slightly delayed reaction could lead to Oliveira landing that one shot that Gaethje described, the one you never see coming, but feel everywhere. In short, Oliveira's striking isn't just powerful, it's smart, deceptive, and lethal. And that combination is exactly what makes him so dangerous for someone like Topuria. So, do you think Topuria is ready for a guy who's knocked down killers and made Gaethje question reality? Drop your prediction in the comments, and don't forget, subscribe to MMA Thread for all the latest UFC insights, reactions, and previews leading up to UFC 317.